Hi, everybody. Has it ever occurred to any of you that although women are the superior force, they are the ones who are seated lower on the totem pole? Sheryl Sandberg, Chief Operations Officer of Facebook, at a conference in Washington, D.C., brought to the attention of the audience that within nonprofit companies, an area perceived to be dominated by women, only 20% of its leaders actually are. Why are there too few women leaders? It's about time that we step up and men just deal with it. For women are the ones who need to lead the legal field back into a golden system of justice, balance, and equality. Women are the ones to bring the status of lawyer far away from the stereotypes spewing from the mouths of Shakespearean scholars. Today, as a modern civilized society, we can bring the new American woman into positions where she can most benefit her community, state, and nation. As of 2009, women were only making 74.9% of a male lawyer's weekly salary. This is $450 less every week, even though more women than men become judicial clerks after law school. A surprising statistic, considering that all of who earn their Juris Doctor, 54.1%, are male. This statistic is significant because judicial clerkships are considered the way, not a way, the way, to make the leap from law school to legal practice. They are prestigious and highly competitive positions that give one an opportunity to obtain comprehensive access to and knowledge of the judicial process. A legal graduate gains substantial legal knowledge, an insider view of the court system, and an ability to view a case from the perspective of the court, while creating a significant edge in the job market through experience and contacts. Yet even though more women than men become judicial clerks, only approximately 1/4 of women lawyers will be rewarded with a leadership position. The same can be seen with legal positions that don't require a Juris Doctor, policymakers, paralegals, court reporters, etc. The same patterns are there. Even on applications, a woman still won't get the job today simply because she is female. And the idiots upstairs going through these applications assume their male counterparts must be better at research and must have stronger experience in the field. Why don't women in the legal field, Juris Doctor or not, just step up? One woman did. Her name is Michelle Rhee. With her bachelor's degree in government and master's in public policy, Rhee made the choice to set out and change the face of education. Through judicial affairs offices, she works with school administrators to create policies and regulated programs that are for the students. In 1997, she founded the New Teacher Project, which developed innovative solutions to hiring new teachers. On June 27, 2007, Rhee was appointed as Chancellor of the D.C. Public Schools. While there, she faced adversity with protesters at every corner. She could have resigned then, but no. Rhee knew what had to get done in order to make a difference and kept moving forward. Her efforts led to increased enrollment for the first time in 40 years, and led D.C. Public Schools from being the worst performing school district to being the first district to improve in mathematics and reading with double-digit figures within 3 years. In October 2010, Rhee resigned as chancellor and began another organization, Students First. Located in Sacramento, California, the advocacy-based nonprofit's mission is to build a national movement to defend the interests of children in public education and pursue transformative reform so that America has the best education system in the world. A lofty goal by most standards, but to date the organization is making change in 15 states, and 4 college campuses are hosts of student-run divisions. These divisions promote student leadership in helping to shape the quality of public education from kindergarten through senior year. Now that there's a vehicle to make changes in public school systems, a new one needs to be created in support of educational malpractice claims within those systems. Educational malpractice is the complaints concerning the reasonableness of conduct engaged in educational institutions in providing their basic functions of teaching, supervising, placing, and testing students in relationship to the level of academic performance and competency of the student. This includes the conduct of guidance counselors. We can see in Scott versus Savers Property Insurance Company the usual occurrence, a victorious outcome for the school. The Scott case presents the issue concerning whether or not a school should be held liable for misrepresenting a student in regards to Division I NCAA athletic scholarships. However, in one of the handful of triumphant tales, Sane versus Cedar Rapids Community School District, The difference was one lone statute, or rather, the absence of a statute. This statute is the immunity statute, which is created to protect public officers from being unduly hampered or intimidated in the discretion of their functions by threat of lawsuit or personal liability. Since this statute exists in Wisconsin, Scott was unable to win, as his other claims in order to evade the statute also failed. This is a problematic issue because it directly contradicts with the American School Counselors Association's ethical standards for school counselors. Within this document, it is stated that school counselors must adhere to ethical standards of the profession. Other professional policy statements, such as the ASCA's position statements, role statement, and the ASCA's national model, and relevant statutes established by federal, state, and local governments, and when these are in conflict, work responsibly for change. This allows for counselors working in states that make use of the immunity statute to be unethical. It's almost as if the belief that there are no set standards for a teacher expands to all school personnel. It's a mentality that allows counselors to have a get-out-of-jail-free card because they don't have to bring up the issue, which is unethical towards themselves and the community. The immunity statute also permits incompetence to reasonably occur, which is unethical to professional peers, students, and the community. It's truly not that difficult to look up what the approved classes are for your school to be eligible for Division I scholarships. Even a student can do it. In fact, I did just to see how easily this could be applied to a simple research plan. And it turns out that if a student searches their high school, they can see it up through 2010, the requirements. But if you have the approved password, you can go and see the current requirements. So if a student can accomplish this, then a counselor can certainly do so without having the questions a student likely would have. The allowance for unethical practices allows the educational system to become lazy and insufficient. This conviction needs to change. And who is going to create such a program? Women. As Vivian Wood said in the movie Charlie's Angels, never send a man to do a woman's job. This is a woman's job for a couple of basic reasons. Women, I can safely say, are the superior force for this area of legal study, as we are more successful at multitasking than men. Most of our thinking takes place in the frontal lobes, which allows for this, and since women have more white brain matter, we can better synthesize our thoughts. We are more apt to ask questions. Take car trips, for example. Men are naive and think they know a shortcut and instinctively go in that given direction. However, women see from getting from point A to point B as a task to be completed, so they ask questions in order to solve the puzzle. Yeah, this may get us ridiculed by men, because we don't know what they think they know, but our need for precision and clarity leads to better workplace results. We are holistic beings. Women use both hemispheres of the brain when in thought, which not only helps in the area of multitasking, but also gives us the ability to be more engaged with a problem. This is superior to men who only use one hemisphere and can only focus on a single dimension of a single issue. Women also process language holistically. We consider the meaning of language while men take language at face value. Interestingly, when considering language, women are more comfortable than men when it comes to email correspondence. All of this in turn enhances a woman's verbal communication with such people as well. Society needs people who can effectively communicate, ask the tough questions, and understand it all. It looks like biology is on a woman's side. We're the fittest gender and will survive in the jungle of leadership and make it out to tell the tale, encouraging the next generation. Ultimately, though, the decision to become a leader comes down to us as individuals, not solely our biological advances. Ryan Pinnell, founder of Take Back College, brings up two key points concerning this when he talks about nature and chick flicks. First, we need to decide if we want to tackle the elephant. Do we want to face this creature as the beast that just stampedes over us, or the gentle giant we see on the Discovery Channel? We then need to decide, are we eagles or chickens? Are we the eagles we actually are, or the chickens that we hatched next to? It's our choice. We can choose to keep scratching at the ground and awkwardly flap, wishing we could fly. Or step outside of what everyone says, listen to what you tell yourself, climb to the top of the mountain, and soar. We need to remember that if someone says no, we need to say, but I know. Second, we cannot succumb to KTGS, Kiss the Girl Syndrome. It is when Prince Eric wants to kiss Ariel in Disney's The Little Mermaid, but hesitates, and just as he's about to, the eel slip the boat's over. Another example would be when someone asks a group, do you like the soap opera Kissy Kissy Goo Goo? You want to raise your hand and be like, heck yeah! But the second you see that no one else is raising your hand, you stop yourself. We need to be able to step outside of our comfort zone and be the change we wish to see in ourselves and the greater world around us. That's how women will become the powerhouse of the courthouse. But at the end of the day, it's your choice. March is Women's History Month, which coincides with International Women's Day, a day which has been sponsored by the United Nations since 1975. President Jimmy Carter, in 1980, first declared the week of March 8th as Women's History Week. In 1986, the National Women's History Project successfully petitioned to Congress to extend the celebration for an entire month. It is a time to celebrate the accomplishments of women, both as a collective and individually. Each year, the National Women's History Project selects a new theme. This year's Women's Education, Women's Empowerment. Today, women are soaring, becoming eagles. Since the time of our grandparents, our opportunities in the world of education have grown expansively. Women now have access to the schools and career opportunities that were seen as unreasonable in the past. To keep soaring, though, to truly become an eagle in the legal field or any field, we as women need to continue to learn about the latest innovations involving our careers and ourselves. By choosing to treat every day as an opportunity to grow, women will beat the stubborn male in the job race. By choosing to invest in the future, whose expanding foundation has been created by our foremothers, we are empowering ourselves. By choosing to show up and be present in experiences affecting ourselves and the greater community, the new American woman will stand strong and proud, able to lead our country into the golden age of justice, balance, and equality. Thank you.